Hey everybody, it's Lyn from Lyn's Craft. This is just the start of a project, another altered box I'm going to do. And this is, obviously, it was a phone box. And it's one of those that comes in, and it's got the, I don't know if it's had styrofoam in it or whatever. But the top and the bottom are exactly the same. It does not fit together in any way right now. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is make it a hinge. So I thought I'd just come on real quick and kind of do a quick explanation of how I'm going to go about that. All I'm going to do is take some like medium weight chipboard, like a cereal box or frozen food box is what I'm going to use, and cut me a strip. And I'm just going to use this receipt as an example. I'm going to cut me a strip. It's not even daylight here yet. My husband leaves at like 5 in the morning, so it's a bit early. Anyway, I'm going to take me a chipboard strip, and I'm just going to glue it on either side with them butted up just like this. And you want to make sure they're butted up perfectly, because that's the way these fit together. So, glue that. I probably will score it down the middle and bend it over and, you know, score it on both sides, so to speak, run my bone folder along it so that it has a good ability to fold back and forth. And so then that'll allow the box to, hold on, it'll allow it to meet up properly. So I shall get started on that. I'm going to try to do some masking on it and some spraying and quite a bit of other stuff. I don't have any masks or stencils or anything yet, so while I was at Walmart last night, this is the plaid, one of the plaid stencils, and they have, at the Walmart, they have quite a selection, and there's 13 designs, and yeah, some of them are a little simplistic maybe, but like that leaf right there will be gorgeous, and then it's got some leaves that I thought would be nice for a fall project, and even this, that would be cute around the, around the edge of the box. I don't know if I'll do that, but it would be cute. So, they had, like I said, quite a few different designs, and I think this pack right here was literally like $2.97, and you get 13 designs. Some of them were a little bit higher, because they have more intricate designs, and I think some of them are even bigger. This is like, what do we got? Oh, 7 by 10. So that's pretty good. Pretty good size. So I think I'll get at least a little bit of use out of that before I get on. I've got to get online and do some and do a little bit of shopping. There's a lot of things on my wish list, as I'm sure there is everybody's, but I've started on a little mini album, and I'd love to have. Sorry, Jane. Watching Jane, and I just unpaused her. Sorry about that. I'd love to have like a clock stamp. I don't have a clock stamp. I don't have a die. I don't have anything. Clocks, gears, anything like that. I have to always cut them myself. So I need to take some time out and find what I'm really after and get that. I've got a little order coming in from Joann's, if that ever gets here. I mean, I know it will eventually, but, and then I was thinking I ordered something else, but it's not coming to me right this minute. So, alright, that's where I'm starting with this black box, and I actually think it's not going to be black, but we'll see, because covering that might be a delicate matter. So, alright, I'll be back. Okay, here's what I've done. I just took a piece of, it's actually just a beer box that I recycled, and I've measured, if I can pick up my ruler, I've measured the depth of each box, and they're like 1 1/8 or so, and then I've left an 1/8 inch gap that I scored on either side of, and then folded it and creased it really good and folded it back and forth a couple of times. That's just to allow for the depth of the two boxes together. If you see what I mean. So that the hinge will allow the boxes to fit properly when they closed. You need that little thickness in your hinge, so to speak. That'll become clearer after I get it glued together and show you how it closes. Now, the only thing you have to consider here is, because the colored side is going to be glued down right there in your gap, you can paint either, whatever your base color is going to be, black, white, whatever, and I still haven't decided, so I think I'll just wait on that. I'll figure it out eventually. So that's what I'm going to do to hinge the box. And no, I don't have any idea about a closure or anything else. Don't even know where I'm going with this, but that's where I'm going to start. So I shall get this glued down and think about it a little more, and I'll be back. Okay, here's where I am now on the, sorry about that, on the phone box. Yeah, I started putting paper at the bottom, and it had a tray actually that was inside of it, so I don't know whether I'm gonna try to fit that back in or not. I'm not sure at this point, but what I did was let's see, I used this paper right here, and it's from this stack that I got from Beth. Sorry about that. It's called the Mommy Kit, and this one, from what I can tell, is called Family. It's Me and My Big Ideas. And so it's got rhinestones and some stickers and some chipboard pieces and stuff like that. So I really wanted to use the Tibetan Poppy Teal Lindy Stamp Gang Spray, and so I thought this paper would be dark enough for it to kind of stand out a little bit when I do some spraying on it here in a bit. And I want to do some masking and with some texture paste. So there's where I'm at right now. So it's a pretty good sized box. It's like 8.5 inches long. And I know I measured how wide it was. It's right at 5.5. So 8.5 by 5.5. That's a pretty good size. That'd make a cute jewelry box. So I may indeed try to put that tray back in there. Put some little short corner legs so that it won't go all the way down. So that you'll have like two levels inside the box. So, alright, I'm going to decide what else I'm going to do, and I'll be back. Sorry about that. The other thing I did was I distressed the edges with my craft knife, and then I went over with Ranger Walnut Stain Distress Ink. So that's where I'm at. Okay, I really will be back. Ta-da! Okay. Wow. I don't know if I showed in the last little bit that I started with this battery. You just said 3/4 full. Now, you cannot be empty already in 30 seconds. This Mombi kit, and again, it's Me and My Big Ideas, and I guess the name of it is Family. So I used that paper, and then I used the chipboard pieces out of it also. I'm going to go ahead and empty, I'm going to go ahead and change the battery, just in case. Don't trust it. Okay, let's start off right down here. I used my Cocoa Bean Copper Magicals, and I mixed it with some heavy-bodied gel medium. And the stencil that I got from Walmart, the plaid stencil. I'll probably have it out right here somewhere. Yeah. And I used that leaf right there, the one in the middle. Oh, I'm sorry. I used that leaf right there, the one on the right, the little tiny one. And as you can see, it's not that tiny for being the smaller one of the two. I did that, and I took my knitting needle and made the little vein lines in it. And I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied today. And then I heat set it until it bubbled up just a little bit, gave it just a little bit more popped up texture. And then I rubbed the magicals over the top of it while it was still a little tacky. The paper, I don't know if I said this in the little clip before or not, I did distress the edges with my craft knife and walnut distressing. This is a polymer clay piece that I made, and I'm not sure you'd be able to tell, but it actually has a leaf pattern on the background that I etched in again with my little knitting needle. Little fake brads. I cut a keyhole in it, and it's just backed with some black. I've got Lindy's Stamp Gang spray still on me, even after I went and washed my hands. That blue, that Tibetan Poppy Teal, I love that color. It's really hard to get off you. But hey, who wouldn't want to be teal? So I've used that and the Cattail Copper Brown as my spray on basically everything on this project. So the little leaf pieces, they're on both ends, also not on the back though. I didn't do anything across the back just because when you lift the lid, I didn't want the two halves to try to stick together or damage any of the details that's on the back. So I did leave the back blank. It does have paper on it though. Okay. Now I did use different leaves on the top. I used the left leaf. That one. And again, did the same thing with my needle and made the little details. I don't want to tilt the box. Oh, I forgot. I took the necklace out so I can tilt the box. Okay. This is a key that's just from my key mold. I actually have this antique key in one of my boxes, and I made a mold out of it. And then after I molded it, I used a flourish stamp over the top of it. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Those are my polymer clay acorns and the leaves. I actually made the leaves. I made the leaves for the necklace that goes in the box, but they were so pretty I had to make more so I could put them on the cover because I just loved the way they turned out. The embossing powder on the chipboard is from the Ranger Antique Gold collection, I guess you'd call it. And I just got that from Blitzy. It's got like 8 colors in it, and they're all gorgeous. And that one in particular is the... I don't think it's the tarnished gold, but maybe it is. See how it's kind of gold and copper together? So gorgeous. Yeah, I think that's what it is the tarnished gold. Okay, the leaves, the fabric leaves in the background that have that gorgeous shimmery copper on them, those are just the fabric leaves from Walmart. The flowers are all my handmade flowers. The fabric one is a gorgeous, like rough silk. Oh, it's beautiful. I've had that fabric for years. I did a cloth doll, yeah, she's actually Mother Nature. She was Mother Nature. A good friend of mine has her. and she was in gorgeous raw silks and green and copper, and had a beautiful wired ribbon that went around her with ivy and birds and just all kinds of stuff. She was so pretty. Okay, where was I? Black bead pearl trim that I've rubbed some copper paint over it so it'll stand out just a little bit. Some copper beads that I had just for a little filler, and those are some little acrylic kind of nugget looking sort of beads that, if you can see, there's another one right there. They actually have a big hole in them and stuff, but hey, for filler they work perfectly. So we'll change hands. And again, one of my handmade carnations with some more of those copper beads and some more of the beaded pearl trim. Look at all that yummy shimmer. It's just gorgeous. Now, let me see if I can open this one hand. It actually opens very easily, but it is top heavy, so I've got weights. I got weights in the bottom of it. And since this was a phone box and I had to put the box together to actually make a box out of it, I used the tray that went in the box as a tray for the jewelry box. And I made little acorn caps for feet so that it won't set all the way at the bottom, so you could have jewelry at the bottom and then jewelry in the top tray also. So it's lined with the same paper, top and bottom, and I've just got, like I said, got my mirror weights in there. So that's that, and that, and then to go in the jewelry box, I made this pretty, pretty necklace. Acorns and leaves. I just loved the way the leaves turned out. I so love spraying Lindy Stamp Gang on clay. It's just the best thing ever. The acorns have it on there, the leaves, and then I had these little glass leaves right here that I actually got I got them at the clearance section at Walmart a couple of years ago for like 79 cents for a bag full of them. And it was a pretty good sized bag. There's actually several different styles and colors in the all kind of pinks, pinky reds, pinky orangey reds. I don't even know what you'd call that color. It's actually kind of a salmon-y coral. There we go. It's kind of a corally color. So there we go. That is it. I'm calling it Patina Fall, or Fall Patina. Let's call it that. Fall Patina. Because that's my favorite color. Is green coppery patina, or green turquoisey patina on copper. That's it. That's my favorite color. Is that a color? Alright. What is this? This is, oh yeah, Wednesday, around the middle of the week. Yuck. Oh, well, I'll say yuck, but it's been a good week, so. Hubby was home all day yesterday. The truck was broke down. So, $450 later, it's back on the road again. Thank goodness. Well, I should say $550 or $500 and whatever dollars, including the day he missed. So, what a lovely day. So, it really was. It turned out to be a good day. He didn't get angry or frustrated or figured it out quickly. Took care of it. So, at least he was home and not on the side of the road. Right? Right. Okay. Enough of my rambling. There's my project. Fall Patina. Isn't that a pretty name? Fall Patina. I want to name somebody that. My name is Fall Patina. Alright. Enough of my silliness. I shall holler at y'all later. Bye now.